Oh, okay.
Okay. Who do you play, and how does she fit into the family Madrigal? And what is your magical gift?
Luisa is who I play, and she's very much the rock of the family. She kind of holds it together by carrying churches and donkeys and wagons, does all the heavy lifting physically and metaphorically. She knows she's good at what she does, and she loves it very much, but she's definitely got a huge emotional life going on inside of there, and she really just wants to have her moment of letting that out. Her gift is super strength, so as we know, she's got a lot on her plate. She's balancing a lot.
Okay.
Why do you always look at me?
Can we get your same thing about your character
Yeah.
and what your magical gift is?
Okay. I play Isabela Madrigal, and my special gift is to make beautiful flowers and make things grow and make things beautiful. And my character has to the very heavy burden of being perfect. And so throughout the film, you see her discover that she's more than just trying to be perfect, that there's more to life than that.
And I play Agustin, who is a father. And like Mirabel, he has no gift in this family, but surrounded by gifts, the ever optimistic that he is, he finds a way to understand that his gift is the gift of awareness, that he is not magical, but that is also awesome.
Yes.
So it's fun to portray a father that very much contradicts the stereotype or the archetype of what we all think of a Latin father should be, and at the same time have the same strength to protect his family and love them just the same.
Wilmer, who is Maribel, and what is her relationship like with Augustine?
Mirabel is mi hija, my daughter, as we say, en español.
Mija.
En español. In many ways, I think he feels somewhat guilty because the fact that Mirabel doesn't have a gift and he's the only one that doesn't, he can only be tied to one person in the family.
It's you.
It's your fault.
So I really feel like there is an overcompensation of like the fatherly figure and how he's desperately trying to relate to his daughter and have his daughter see that there is an upside, that it's gonna be okay. I mean, look at me. But does Mirabel actually really look at his dad and say, yeah, I guess it's gonna turn out okay, Dad? But it is a beautiful exchange of humility between them both, and their dynamic is hilarious because they're like accomplices in a world full of magic, and where magic is the coolest thing, and their inability to relate to magic is almost their personal nightmare.
Diane,
Yes.
being the perfect golden child seems wonderful. Why does Isabella struggle with this role within her family?
Isabella struggles to be perfect because it doesn't exist. Being perfect doesn't exist. It's boring. It's not reflective of a full, whole, complete human's emotions. And so having to keep that up is dissatisfying and also sort of empty. And so that's her journey is trying to let go of that crutch almost, of like already knowing who she is, and out of everybody already knowing who she is, and she doesn't want to portray that anymore, and you see that throughout the film.
Jessica, Luisa has super strength. How does her gift weigh her down?
Her gift weighs her down because she knows that she is the only one who can do it. So it's a huge burden because, she's got thoughts and a life of her own going on the inside, and she would love the opportunity to be able to live that out and talk to other people about how she's feeling on the inside. But she knows that at the end of the day, because she is the only person with this incredible, profound gift, she has to do what she has to do at the end of the day. She's got to lift the wagon, she's got to lift the donkeys, and she's got to lift the emotional weight off of her family as well.
Wilmer, the film's setting is inspired by Colombia. what makes the setting so special?
I think what makes the setting of this movie so special is the care and the thoughtfulness that the filmmakers gave in understanding not just the culture, but what makes the DNA of a Colombian, town. What drives them, what is their magic? Is it the music? Is it the food? Is it the people? Is it the colors? Is it the nature in which surrounds, the town? And the answer is that all of the above, and to be able to capsule this together and make it the canvas and where we as characters can paint this adventure for the audiences is I think one of the biggest gifts of this movie.
Diane, how do the Madrigal children receive their gifts? How old are they when it happens, and how does it play out?
The children receive their gifts at a very, very young age. And usually, abuela knows when it's time. And there's a magical door, which is like the door to their bedroom, essentially, or to their world. And when the time is right, the child will walk up to the door and open the door, or be close to the door. And they have to be
touch it,
first.
and
They
reveal
have,
itself.
they have to
It should be
close.
close.
They have to touch the door and see what their magical gift is. And if the magical gift isn't there, what do you do? What do you do with that in a magical family?
You live in shame.
Exactly.
Encanto is a musical. What song do you sing, and what is it about?
I sing the song Surface Pressure, and it is quite literally about that. It is about, all of the things that you think about on a day-to-day basis, things that you wish that you could say out loud, feelings you wish that you could feel when no one is watching, but holding it all back for the sake of the greater good and your family, and making sure that you are not putting your own burdens before anyone else's, especially when you play such a vital role, like literally carrying all of the weight as well as the metaphorical weight for everyone else. The song is about what happens when everything kind of bubbles to the top, and maybe what it would feel like to let the joy kind of linger for a little bit. I think you kind of got to reel it back in again.
Wilmer, what does the story mean to you as a new dad?
This is the first character in which I play a father, where I'm actually really a father in my life. I have an 8-month daughter that quickly became the why. The why anything. So it means everything. It means everything to be able to, in my career, leave these little landmarks in my career that hopefully means something to her. And on a bigger scale, I hope that every young woman, no matter whether you're Latina or not, that can find their voice in this movie as well, and understand that there are so many sounds and so many traditions and so many things to discover about all kinds of different cultures. And I hope that that the wondrous spirit wakes up in them after experiencing the magic of Encanto.
Diane, how do you relate personally to your character?
How do I relate to Isabella? Oh gosh, in so many ways. I too just want to be myself so bad, and sometimes we don't know who that is, and for perfectionists or people who have been given that role of being perfect, sometimes it's scary to even try to find out who else are you in there, because everything else is sort of scary and unknown, and because there has been this expectation of you doing everything right, everything perfect, and everything just so, there hasn't been much wiggle room to sort of fall and mess up, and ooh, that wasn't so cute, or ooh, that was a little weird and interesting, like everything has to be so pretty. So I also relate to that, like not letting myself have any mistakes, and that's not a fun way to live. I want to make mistakes and learn from them and grow and soar and jump off a cliff but end in the water and swim like Pocahontas underneath.
Beautiful.
Then have my raccoon Miko meet me there,
I want that too.
and all of that.
What do you hope audiences will take away from
I hope that audiences will take away that though you may feel you have a very specific role placed upon you within your family, within your life, that it's okay to be several things at once. You don't have to be just one thing, though you may be really good at it. Humans are complicated and vast, and there are so many things that we go through on a day-to-day basis. It's very hard to just be perfect all the time, and know that you don't have to be. And when you have these moments where you think that that is the only option, don't be afraid to reach out and really show who you really are, especially to reach out to your family and those people who love you and know you best, because they'll probably surprise you and have your back in a lot of ways that you would never expect. There's a lot more context there than you realize.